You work hard all month long, you get your paycheck, pay your bills, buy groceries, and somehow you're still stressed about money. Every single month feels like a struggle. You're not spending on crazy things. You're not being reckless, but you're also not getting ahead. You're just stuck. And the frustrating part, you keep telling yourself it'll get better. Maybe next month. Maybe when you get that raise. Maybe when things slow down. But next month comes, and it's the same story all over again. I know this feeling because I lived it for years. Always struggling, always worried, always one unexpected expense away from a crisis. Until I made one shift in how I thought about money, and everything changed. Not overnight, but genuinely changed. This isn't about making a ton of money, or living like a monk. It's about one simple mental shift that transforms how you handle personal finance. Starting today. If you want simple and practical tips like this, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to Liberty Money. We post new videos every single day to help you break free from the financial struggle. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Step 1. The shift. Stop managing money. Start managing priorities here. It's the problem most people face with money management. They think budgeting is about tracking every single dollar and restricting themselves from everything they enjoy. No wonder nobody sticks with it. The real shift is this. Stop trying to manage money and start managing your priorities. Money is just a tool. What you're really managing is what matters most to you versus what doesn't. When you think about it this way, financial planning becomes less about deprivation and more about intention. You're not cutting things out, you're making room for what you actually care about. That weekend trip you've been wanting. That emergency fund so you can sleep at night. Those are priorities. The subscription you forgot you had. Not a priority? Here's what this looks like in real life. Instead of saying I need to spend less, ask yourself, what do I actually want my money to do for me? The answer to that question becomes your guide for every spending decision. Are you managing money or managing what truly matters to you? Step 2. Identify your top 3 financial priorities right now. This is where most people get overwhelmed with personal finance management. They try to do everything at once. Save for emergencies, pay off debt, invest for retirement, save for a house, build wealth, and somehow still enjoy life. That's 10 priorities, fighting for the same paycheck. Instead, pick 3. Just 3 financial priorities for the next 90 days. That's it. Everything else waits its turn. For example, your top 3 might be: build a $1,000 emergency fund, pay off 1 credit card, and stop living paycheck to paycheck. Or maybe it's save for a car down payment, reduce grocery spending by 20%, and start contributing to your 401k. Whatever matters most to you right now. Write these 3 priorities down. Put them somewhere you'll see every day. When you're about to spend money on something, ask yourself, does this help one of my top 3 priorities? If yes, spend it. If no, think twice. I did this exercise and realized I was spending $200 a month on things that were uneven in my top 10 priorities. That money could have been going toward my emergency fund, which was actually my number 1 concern keeping me up at night. What are your top 3 financial priorities for the next 90 days? Step 3. Create a budget that reflects those priorities first. Now here's where budgeting for beginners usually goes wrong. People create a budget by listing all their expenses and hoping there's something left over for their goals. That's backwards. When you create a budget based on priorities, you fund your top 3 priorities first, then figure out how to make everything else work with what's left. This is the shift that changes everything. Let's say your priority is building that $1,000 emergency fund in 6 months. That means you need to save about $167 per month. In a priority-based budget, that $167 gets allocated before Netflix, before eating out, before that new pair of shoes. It's non-negotiable because it's a priority. Then you take what's left and cover your essentials: rent, utilities, groceries, transportation. After that, you have your discretionary spending, and yes, you can still have fun. Buy coffee, go out with friends. You're just doing it with what remains after your priorities are funded. This approach to financial literacy makes budgeting feel less like punishment and more like you're reactively building the life you want. You're not depriving yourself, you're choosing what matters. Does your current budget reflect your actual priorities, or just your bills? Step 4. Say no to everything that doesn't serve your top 3. This is the hardest part of the shift, but also the most powerful. You have to get comfortable saying no to things that don't align with your priorities, even when they seem like good opportunities. A friend invites you to an expensive dinner. Sounds fun, but if stop living paycheck to paycheck is your priority, Maybe you suggest a cheaper alternative, or skip this one. A sale email promises 40% off something you don't need. Sounds like a deal, but if it's not serving your top 3, it's actually costing you money. This isn't about never having fun or being cheap. It's about being intentional. Saving money happens when you stop spending on things that do unmatter, so you can spend on things that do. I used to say yes to everything, and then wonder why I had no money for my goals. When I started protecting my priorities, I stopped feeling guilty about saying no. Actually, I felt empowered because I was finally in control of where my money went. Think about debt management the same way. If getting out of debt is a priority, every dollar you don't spend on non-priorities is a dollar that gets you closer to freedom. That's motivating, not restrictive. How many things are you currently saying yes to that don't actually serve your priorities? Step 5. Track progress on your priorities weekly, not just monthly. Here's another game changer. Check in on your top 3 priorities every single week. Not just when you pay bills or review your monthly budget. This keeps you engaged and motivated, instead of feeling disconnected from your money. Every Sunday, I spend 10 minutes asking myself, did I move forward on my top 3 priorities this week? Did I save toward my emergency fund? Did I stick to my debt payment plan? Did I avoid unnecessary spending that would derail me? If the answer is yes, I celebrate that progress. If the answer is no, I figure out what got in the way and adjust for the next week. This weekly check-in is basic financial education you give yourself, and it keeps you accountable without being overwhelming. Most budgeting apps can help you track this, sending you notifications and showing you progress towards specific goals. Use technology to make this simple, not complicated. The weekly rhythm also helps you catch problems early. If you overspent on Tuesday, you still have the rest of the week to correct course. If you wait until the end of the month to notice, it's too late. When was the last time you actually checked if you're making progress on what matters most? Step 6. Adjust your priorities. As your life changes, your priorities today won't be your priorities forever, and that's completely okay. Maybe in 3 months, you've built your emergency fund, and now your priority shifts to paying off debt. Or maybe an unexpected life change means you need to reprioritize completely. This shift from managing money to managing priorities gives you flexibility. Your personal budget isn't a prison, it's a living tool that adapts to what you need right now. Every 90 days, I sit down and ask myself, are these still my top 3 priorities? Or has something changed? Sometimes they stay the same. Sometimes one drops off, and something new takes its place. The point is to stay aligned with what actually matters in your current life. This is what sustainable financial planning looks like. It's not about perfection or following someone else's rules. It's about knowing what you want and making your money work toward that, consistently. Life changes. Priorities change. Your budget should change too. That's not failure, that's being smart about money management. Are your current priorities still the right ones, or is it time to reassess? Step 7. Celebrate small wins to build momentum. The final piece of this shift is celebrating progress, even when it feels small. Saved $50 this week. That's worth acknowledging. Made it through the week without using your credit card? That's a win? Stuck to your budget for 10 days straight. You're building a habit. Most people abandon their financial goals because they only focus on how far they still have to go. The emergency fund goal is $1,000, and you only have $100, so you feel defeated. But that $100 didn't exist before. That's real progress. Celebrating small wins is just feel-good fluff. It's how you train your brain to keep going. Every time you acknowledge progress, you're reinforcing the behavior that created it. You're building momentum. I started a simple tracker where I marked every week I hit my savings goal. Seeing those check marks pile up was incredibly motivating. It made the bigger goal feel achievable because I could see myself making progress every single week. This is the difference between people who struggle with money forever and people who turn things around. It's not talent or income. It's mindset and momentum. What small win can you celebrate about your finances this week? The shift from managing money to managing priorities changes everything because it puts you back in control. You're not just reacting to bills and hoping for the best. You're actively deciding what matters and making it happen. You don't need a perfect budget. You don't need a huge income. You just need clarity on your top 3 priorities and the commitment to protect them. Start there, and everything else starts falling into place. This is how you stop struggling every month and start actually building the financial life you want. One priority at a time. 1 week at a time. One decision at a time. If this video helped you see money differently, Hit that like button and drop a comment telling me what your top 3 financial priorities are right now. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. We're here every day with practical tips to help you win with money. You've got this. Let's stop struggling and start thriving.